Hi, I'm Isaac O'Bannon. I'm Technology Editor for CPA Practice Advisor, and I'm here with Randy Johnston, who just gave the keynote yesterday, the Technology Update keynote for the AICPA Tech and PS conference here in Vegas. And he's going to give us kind of a recap, a short version of if you weren't here to catch the important things that are going on with regards to technology and small practices. Randy?
Isaac, happy to do so. I almost feel like the FedEx guy right now because yesterday was fast enough in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now we're trying to do it in 5 minutes. But the bottom line is several key elements that I'd like you to know about. One is very, very simple and straightforward. We think security risks continue to be more of an issue than ever before. If you only made one hardware purchase this year, it would be to get a next generation firewall. We want you to also continue to run encryption on your local hard drive and for your email and use portals. But that's a little bit of a separate issue, but all around that realm of security.
Now, Randy, if I can interject, when you're talking about firewalls, for a small firm, let's say 10 to 15 practitioners, what kind of an outlay of revenue are they looking at? What kind of an investment?
No, as a matter of fact, I actually just met with an attendee here a few minutes ago on this exact issue. And for those of you who are quite small, you can get into this next generation firewall for about the $400 realm.
Okay, that's good because that's doable.
Oh, it's very doable, and that's all the more reason I want you to do that. This particular firm, we went to a larger one that would support about 25 users, and it was about $1,400. So it turns out the user count's not quite so much the issue as other features you want in the firewall, but the firewalls that you're getting out there that are $100 or $200, you can't use those anymore. The risk is too high.
Okay. What are other threats that are really facing the IT infrastructure for small firms?
Yeah. From a small firm perspective, I would suggest that this might be your year of upgrade. And the reason I think that's so important is some of the new technologies that we see coming out 1 or 2 years, I don't like what the roadmaps look like. So as much as I could get the firms to get their servers installed, I still believe that virtualizing them is the right approach, that we use Windows Server 2008 right now, and actually for small firms, the Small Business 2011 seems to be working okay. But we do that, and we get Windows 7 on our desktops.
So they definitely need to get rid of any old XP or Vista.
Yes, that would be another key message. It's a little bit security, but it's a little bit planning. If Microsoft sticks to their guns, and they indicate they probably will this time, by April 2011, 2014, within 3 years from 2011 here, you've got to understand that stuff's got to be gone or should be gone from a security perspective.
Okay, if I could touch on one other thing. During your address, you talked about the difference between IP4 and IP6. Mm-hmm. What is that in a nutshell for a regular person?
Yeah, for a regular person, this is the addresses of the internet are controlled with IP numbers. You've probably seen them in 4-digit segments, something like 192.168.168.1. That would be a typical IP4.
And then it translates into something English, www.randyjohnston.com.
That's correct.
Okay,
So,
but it's really numbers behind it.
It's numbers. So what happens is when we use names on the internet, they're mapped to numbers, which are real servers and places, okay? The problem is in February here of 2011, we ran out of IP4 spaces. So what's happening right now is addresses are being moved around between different IP providers, and if we have our own private one, like most of you do on your networks, you're probably okay because your upstream providers provided the one address that identifies your network to the world. Well, there's a new mechanism, IP6, which expands the number of IP addresses a lot. I used the real number, which was 23 unidecellen.
Okay.
Okay, and I have trouble saying that word, and there's actually a place on the internet you can learn to say these things, which I actually practice with, but I'm still having trouble. I'm from Kansas. Sometimes I have a little trouble with those type of words. It's 340 trillion. That's a lot.
So it's actually a number bigger than our deficit.
In this case, it might be for a few more months.
Close.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us today, Randy. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds great.
Thanks.